All right, cool. Hey everyone, welcome to the Canva Basics webinar with the Warren County Chamber of Commerce. I'm so excited for y'all to be here and kind of learn some of the things that we use every day. Canva is one of our main tools for doing all the things that y'all see on social media and flyers and um, all the things we really put out is honestly designed in there. For those who don't know me, but everyone should, I'm Jeffrey Fowler. I'm the president and CEO of the chamber. And I've been doing graphic design like as an amateur since middle school. I thought it was really interesting. And most of the stuff that you see me do is the print stuff. So our brochures, our booklets, different things like that. That's usually what I'm focusing on. And then every once in a blue moon, I might assist with something with social media. But for the most part nowadays, we have someone who handles that for us. And they'll introduce themselves later. We're really thankful for Comcast and Rural List for providing the funding for this series. This has been a great opportunity to connect and just share information. This is one of a several-part series that's been going on through February, and then we're going to be continuing to add more content in March. So just to give you a little overview of what we plan to talk about today, the first thing we're going to go into is like, what is Canva? We're going to talk about its like core functionality. We want to make sure you understand all of its special features and how those can be helpful to you because a lot of them aren't as just like in your face as some of the others. So we're going to show you some of those that we use. We want to make sure you understand the different accounts and how those can be helpful to you and including like what's free and maybe what's premium. We also want to talk about videos and the video capabilities. And then we're going to show you some videos from Canva. Then we're going to go over the brand kit. Brand kits are really useful, but you have to have paid Canva to use them, but we want to show you why that's important and how it can make your life a little easier. And then we want to go over each individual step of making a brand kit, doing a design, editing, simple sharing, all that kind of stuff. And those are through some videos through Canva with their like education program. And then after our presentation, that's like in PowerPoint, we're going to take a little break and then we're going to actually do some live demos so you can actually really see what we're talking about. And that way you get a full understanding. Sunny's going to be doing that and then I'll be helping as needed. So first thing we want to talk about is what is Canva? So Canva can do just about anything, to be honest. It is a all-in-one graphic design platform that is online. So you don't have to download a software. They do have like a Windows like app per se that you can download if you wanted to, but most of it, like I only use it in the web browser. And then it's really helpful because whether I'm at my work computer or my home computer, or even if I'm traveling and like I'm in a hotel and I just need to sit down at one of their computers, I can just log into the program and make edits and changes as needed. And it can really do anything from you have social media graphics to presentations. I do all our posters and stuff in there, and then Sunny helps with those. Our business cards that you've seen me hand out, like I've designed those in Canva. And you can do just about anything nowadays. They continue to just add more and more and more. So this is a pretty comprehensive list of everything they do on the screen. Here's just a few photo examples for those of you who might like a little visual. So like I said, business cards, documents, PowerPoints, all of that is available in Canva. All right, next, one of the most important things to utilize in Canva, and I'll give you a really specific scenario, is resize and magic switch. This is really cool because you're able to use Canva's AI to change the size of a document. What's really cool about this is, let's say maybe you make a Facebook post. Well, then you can make that post the size for Instagram. Or maybe the Facebook post is really cool and you want to print it out. So you make it an 8.5 by 11. So those are really cool features that can help you. These are only available to pro users, not people with a free account. But so it is one of those things that might lead you to getting pro. And it lets you, like I said, it completely resizes it. And then all you have to do is just maybe drag and drop a few little things around just to make it fit a little bit better. So it is really helpful. And we're going to show you what that looks like on the live demo as well. So you can actually see what we're talking about. And both of these use Canva's AI to really make it make sense. So most of the time, especially for me, like, okay, I'm making an 8.5 by 11 poster. Maybe I want to blow it up to 11 by 17. Literally with just that one click, I don't have to do anything else. It pretty much lays it out like it should be, which is really cool. Next thing is sharing and collaboration. This is really important if you have multiple people on your team. You can add them to your designs so that way they're able to edit them as well. And during this, you can actually even comment, or you can even share it as view only. So maybe you just want them to look at it. And this is helpful. So maybe you're working on, I'll use our brochure as an example. It's really helpful to share that with the other members of the team. So maybe they can drop in pictures that they were assigned to go take, or maybe they're writing up a specific piece of it. So you can just put like the little box where like, this is where I want this to go, and then they can fill it in. So it's really helpful to collaborate with others and make it a cohesive unit working together versus just you working on your own. Maybe you print it out and go show them. You can actually digitally share this, so that way it makes it a little easier. Next, another useful feature on Canva is that you can actually connect your social media accounts directly to it and then share from Canva. So maybe you have Instagram or Facebook or Twitter. You can design that post or whatever you're planning to share. Maybe it's a business after hours that you're planning on doing or a sale that you have coming up. You can just go ahead and click share on social. You can hit your Facebook page, type in some text to go with it, and then it'll blop it out there for you. So this makes it really easy to use because you don't have to go to a different program or go log into Facebook to actually post it. So it almost removes a step for you. So this is a really useful feature that you should look into. You do have to do a little setup to where you like actually log into your Facebook and authorize that Canva can post to it and all that. But after a few minutes of work, you can have it set up to where it's a little easier on you in the future. I always like to look at things like, oh, will this save me time later? So saving a couple extra steps is helpful to make sure that you can get all the messages and things out there that you need to. Another important feature that is a little complicated at times just because there's so many options. You can, of course, download your designs. There's JPEG and PNG, which are like our photos. You have a PDF standard or a PDF for print, SVG, and then you have your video files and your GIF files. And this really depends on what you're needing. So if you're planning to share something on social media, you probably want the PNG. They're very good for that. PNGs also can have a transparent background if that's important for whatever you're designing. JPEG files don't go transparent, but they're useful. They're a little smaller as well. Then you have your two types of PDF. The standard one is good for sharing like through email, but the PDF print is good for high quality printing. Whether you want to print a business card or share with your printer to actually print it. The SVG file, it's a good file I've seen them on websites from time to time to be like the logo in the top left corner, or that is also something that you could share with your printer if it's something you needed to be blown up. So like a logo file or something like that. And then the final two are the video or moving files. So a MP4 is a video file, standard like what you would watch on YouTube. It would be great to share on social media or put on YouTube. The GIF is technically an image, but it's multiple images stacked together and animated. So you could use that on social media, or maybe you want to put something moving on your website. Like that would also be a good example of how you could use it. So all these different options are pretty straightforward. You hit download, you pick the file type, you answer a few little checkboxes, and then you just hit download and you're good to go. Next thing, Canva does offer printing services, depending on what you need. It's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind. If you need something really quick turnaround, they can usually get it out to you in just a few days. So this is available. They have free standard shipping. There is an express delivery option. And then a lot of times they'll do free in-store pickup from FedEx, Office, or Staples. So this is a way to get things that you need on a quick turnaround if needed. And we can paste the link to that in chat. But for those who aren't looking at the guide, it's canva.com/print. And they can print just about anything from our experience. So like we said, accessing Canva, you usually do this in your browser. So go to canva.com. And there is also apps for the phone and the desktop. So they have them for iOS, Android, Windows, and Mac. It's very helpful for me having it on my phone too, because I can actually, like, maybe I design something on my computer and I send it to someone. Well, maybe they didn't get the file or they need it in a different format. I've gone on my phone several times and went and re-downloaded it and then sent them to it through like my phone's email. And that's been really helpful. So that way, when I'm out and about, I can still be sharing and working and getting the things done that need to. So we did want to go over the types of accounts because that is important. So the first one is free. This is good for individuals or really small businesses. You get a lot of the basic tools, basic templates, and it's all completely free. And it's great to just play around with Canva and get a good idea of what it does and would it be helpful to you. The next one is Canva Pro for individuals. This gets you a lot of the advanced features and premium content. You get a ton of templates and fonts and all kinds of different collaboration tools. And this is suitable for someone who maybe wants to just take their design to like the next level. So it would be good for that. Maybe that one person who's doing social media in an office, or someone who is using the free version and they're like, oh, well, I want to try some of these other features. That would be another great example. And then lastly, you have Canva for Teams. This is great if you have like maybe more than 3 people who need to be using the service. So it's designed for businesses and organizations. So it adds a lot of collaboration features. And then you get one consistent brand image that you can put in the brand kit. So that way everyone on the team has access to that. And then for the presentation, we're going to be using Canva for Teams because that's what we use every day. Most people who work with me have access to Canva for Teams. So it'll be really cool to see all those cool features. And then if y'all have any questions, we're able to help. Another fun fact, just in case any of y'all out there are, Canva does offer Canva for Teams for nonprofits for completely free. So that is a really great tool. So anyone who is a 501c3 nonprofit, Canva is completely free. All right, next, getting started. So to unlock any of the features when it comes to Canva, you got to have an account. And you'll just click on the sign up button and their homepage. You just need an email address or a Google or Facebook account, and then you can just follow the prompts that they're going to send you, create a password, confirm your email, all those grand things that we're all used to in this technological day, and get into your Canva account so that way you can start designing. So let's pretend like you just did that, or we're about to do that, and let's see what that looks like because we have a video. So I'm going to hit play, and then if someone in chat will let me know if y'all can hear it.
Welcome to Canva. Let's take a look around the homepage and learn how to find. With Canva, you can design anything. There are thousands of professional templates to get you started. You can explore templates in a few ways. Start by typing keywords in the search bar. Browse by document theme, or scroll down the page and be inspired. If you have something specific in mind, you can enter the custom dimensions here. In the top menu, you can discover templates by theme, explore photo and icon libraries, printed products, apps, and more. Or access Design School, where you can learn to use Canva and supercharge your design skills. The sidebar helps you organize your designs. You'll find all the designs you created in this tab. and designs shared with you by your team in this one. Creating a team is easy. Just add the people you want to design with, assign their role, and invite them. You can also create folders for designs, photos, content, and ideas to keep your projects organized. Canva's homepage makes it easy for you to design anything.
So one thing I'll point out from that video is you want to get really comfortable with using that search bar. That's kind of in the, I wouldn't say the middle, but kind of up a little bit in the middle of the page. It is literally the one-stop area for anything, whether you're searching for something that you've previously designed, or if you're trying to design something new, you just start typing. So if I'm looking for the Sportsman's Festival t-shirt, like I would just type that in and then hit projects, and then I can find it. Or if you're looking to design something new, maybe a business card, you would just type in business card and then hit enter, and a whole bunch of different options are going to pop up. All right, next.
Welcome to Canva.
Why are you? Okay. All right, next we're going to talk about brand kits. The reason they're important is because it lets you set your professional tone for your business and your company. It really helps you elevate that presentation. It allows your team to have the flexibility and customization to know like what you feel is okay and what you feel is not. And I mean everything from colors to fonts to logos. It all goes in one little central location with everything inputted so that way everyone on your team knows what's allowed. So for example, for the Chamber of Commerce, we have a really specific set of colors. They're all in different blue tones, but then we have different highlighting tones and different that are a little different colors. And then we have a couple different logo options and things that we can use. We have an all white logo, we have our normal logo, and then we're working to even add some of our more unusual logos that we use for stuff, like we have more of a rectangle one and different things. And like I said, this is just to keep that professional presentation all throughout, but at the same time allowing your team the flexibility to design what they need to. So let's go into the next video.
Setting up and accessing your brand kit helps your team to make designs that are always on brand. Here's how. Brand kit houses your logos, colors, and fonts for quick finding and keeps designs consistent across your team. To set up Brand Kit, select it from the sidebar. Brand Kit is available for Canva Pro, education, and enterprise customers. Click to upload or drag and drop to add your logos. Name your color palette for easy reference. Click the plus symbol to add your colors. Type in a hex code to easily add them. You can even add multiple color palettes. Search to add your heading, subheading, and body fonts. Then add sizes and styles. In the editor, accessing logos is easy. Just find the Logos tab and click to add your design. Your team can easily use the elements set up in your brand kit when designing. They can do this through the Styles tab. Apply brand colors and add in text. Apply your brand to designs quickly to maintain brand consistency with Brand Kit. To learn more, visit designschool.canva.com.
So that was a great example of the brand kit, and it kind of gave you a good highlight of what's possible in it and why it's useful. Specifically that color shuffle, that's really useful. So maybe I designed a flyer and I'm like, I don't know, the infield just really isn't what I was looking for. I would just go over to the color shuffle and maybe hit it once or twice just to see what other options it would throw out there. And then all of the color codes you would put in are hexadecimal. So those are 6 digits after a hashtag sign that you would put in. And a lot of these that you can find on the internet, or like I've gotten to the point where I'm comfortable. I can usually just kind of start guessing like what mine could be. and then we're also going to show you a tool in the live demo to creating a color palette. So that might be helpful.
Setting up an
All right, so this video is going to go over some of the template features.
Let's discover Canva's editor, learn how to create a design, and customize a template. From the homepage, select a template and start with a new blank design. Welcome to the editor. This is the side panel, where you'll find all the things you can click or drag and drop to add to your page. In the Templates tab, there are thousands of professional designs to get you started. Upload your own photos or videos in the Upload tab, just like this. Browse millions of premium stock photos from our photo library. To search, type in keywords for what you're looking for. To narrow it down more, add a plus symbol and then another keyword, or use these handy filters. In the Elements tab, you'll find illustrations, shapes, animated stickers, charts, graphics, and much more. Search in exactly the same way. There's so much to explore. Discover our high-quality video library with millions of videos at your fingertips. Perfect to get your designs moving. To create your first design, start from scratch or use a template. Everything is customizable. Select the object you want to change, and a toolbar will appear above. It's never been easier to express your creativity.
Yeah, so another one of the great features of Canva is that photo database. And then once you are a premium subscriber of it, you get access to that. A lot of you might have heard of different scenarios where maybe you go on Google and you find a photo and you use it in your design, and then, okay, well, you didn't actually have the rights to use that photo. Well, cool thing, because you're with Canva, any of the photos that you have in there, you're allowed to use, and then you get a license to use it. So that's really helpful to know that you don't have to go out and look for different things, and you don't have to worry about all those licensing and paying different people. Everything in there is free to use, and is really helpful. All right.
Let's discover. Let's see just
now we're going to go over
easy
some
it is to
editing.
edit your design. We'll modify text, search fonts, and change colors so you can make designs your own. To begin editing, select an object on your page. The toolbar will appear above. Here you can modify styles, add effects, position objects, and more. Let's start with text. Double-click to edit, type in your message, and then use the toolbar to change size, alignment, or spacing. There are so many different fonts to explore too. To narrow it down, search by category or style. To change a color, select an element, then the colored square above. Change to any color imaginable using the spectrum tool. If you're after a specific color, you can paste a hex code here. The position button allows you to align and layer objects on your page. To replace an image, just drag and drop over another. And at any point, if you need to undo an action, just click the back arrow. To animate your design, select the page, click Animate in the top toolbar, and choose your style. And there you have it, design editing made easy with Canva.
So that was a great example of how to use one of the templates to elevate your design just a little bit. And then, like I was saying about the photos, as just being a user of Canva, you do get access to all of their photos. If you're premium, you get every single one. And as a free user, they give you a good little chunk of them to use as well. All right, next, we have, I think, one more video. And this one is going to cover, I think, sharing. Yeah.
Let's share it with the world. We'll take a look at how you can save, share, comment, download, or even professionally print your design with Canva. Your design saves automatically every time you make a change. You can also manually save your design. Share designs with your friends or teammates. Enter their email or send them a link. Give permission to view or edit your design. Invite them to comment or collaborate on your design. Select an object to add a comment. If you tag a team member, they'll receive a notification. When they reply, you'll be notified too. Once your design is complete, download it as a still image by selecting PNG or JPEG, or as an animated image by selecting MP4 video or GIF. You can also connect your account and post straight to your social platforms. Need it printed? Just select your print options from the menu. We professionally print t-shirts, business cards, posters, and much more. Your design will be printed and delivered to your door for free. With Canva, it's easy to express your ideas and achieve your goals. So start designing today. To learn more, visit designschool.canva.com.
Okay. So this is all of these videos were brought to you by Canva's Design School. This is a great tool and resource that they have, and they cover a lot of the different things that we're talking about. So as you start using the program, if you're like, I don't know if I'm really using it to its full capabilities, you can always go to their design school and kind of learn a little bit more and watch videos like what we've been showing you. Quick thing, just for, I know we had someone who joined. Everything so far has been recorded, and it will go on our YouTube channel as of tomorrow. Okay. For some reason, the timer is not working. Well, let me end the slideshow for a second and reboot it. Because we had a timer because we're going to do a little break here. But for some reason, okay, now it's working. I don't know why it was being swapped. All right. Let me reshare my screen. Sorry for the technical difficulties. They happen sometimes. All right, so we're going to take a 10-minute break. I want y'all to grab some coffee or maybe a water, go to the restroom, because in the next part, we're going to do the live session. And for some reason, I can't get this. Okay, give us just a second. Of course, it's great when you test everything and it works fine. And then, of course, when you're doing it live, it doesn't want to work right. It goes, nope. Care how many times you've done it. All right. Sunny sent me a message behind the scenes. She's going to work on sharing it. Yeah, I'm not sure why it's not working. But y'all can go ahead and take your break. Like I said, 10 minutes. So come back about 2:42. We'll do like 2:42. So like 8 minutes. We can change that to 8. Yep, she's gonna change it. Cool. Okay, y'all got an 8-minute break. Grab a water, go to the restroom, and come back and be prepared to focus because we're going to show you all of the live stuff that we've been talking about. All right, we're getting close to wrapping up the break. Just curious for anyone who might be here and is already back, um, have you learned anything interesting about Canva so far? Anyone want to unmute?
Hello, Mr. Jeffrey.
Hey,
This is Nikki from SOS Massage. I
yes,
didn't know
ma'am.
that they had a school that could help us out to better know it. I've heard about Canva before,
Yes, ma'am.
and now that I'm adding more amenities to my business, it's gonna be a service that I can use to design labels
Yeah, very
and
cool.
everything. Matt, yeah. Thank you.
Miss Nancy, I saw you unmuted. Did you have something to add?
Yes, since I really wasn't familiar with Canva, everything's been new.
Okay,
But
cool.
I think it'll be very helpful, particularly since we're sort of getting the logo and everything else together. In terms of consistency, I think it'll be very helpful.
Yeah. And then
Mhm.
I could actually, I don't know if you're aware of this, but so the logo and the business cards that I've designed for you, those were actually made in Canva. So if you make your own account, I can share those designs with you, and so you could pull different colors and things from them as well.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep. All right.
Glad to
So
be here today.
while we were doing the break, we were getting some stuff ready behind the scenes. So I'm gonna turn it over to Miss Sunny, and she's gonna walk you through some live stuff and then a little bit on PowerPoint as well. So I will turn it over to Sunny now.
Hello. First of all, I apologize if my internet goes wonky or if you hear dogs. I'm at home and I live in the country, so I apologize ahead of time. Let me set up my screen. 1 second. Can everybody hear me? I guess that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. 1 second. Share screen. There we go. Okay, well, for those who haven't met me, which is pretty much everybody because he keeps me in a closet, I'm Sunny. I'm the social media manager for hometown Warrenton, Warren County Chamber of Commerce, and the area children's theater. So about 90% of what you see on our social media was made by me. I do absolutely everything in Canva. Canva is my world, basically. So I'm going to show you a few things, but we're going to go over a couple things first, and then we will switch over to Canva and we'll actually do a little bit of demonstration. So we're going to go over basic organization, a little bit more about the brand kits. They have changed. There's been a lot of updates since those videos that we watched were made. So things are going to look a little bit different. There's some more options, some of which we haven't even set up yet. They're that new. I'm going to show you how to manipulate your pages. You can duplicate, you can hide them, you can delete them, you can rename them, like you can do all the things. I'm going to show you how to upload your own images and even documents. You can even upload a PDF and it will put it in Canva in pieces that you can drag around and manipulate. I'm also going to show you how to find your downloads, and you can find them in a few different places. And then we're going to go over using themes. So whether you have the free account, so you don't have access to a brand kit, or you just want to make something that isn't necessarily on brand, but like you just don't want to go through the trouble of putting everything together yourself. There are different color themes and there are different font sets that they've already put together that you can just choose. We're going to learn about manipulating elements. We'll go over different ways to manipulate them. We'll use guides where you can, they will snap to the guides, which is very, very handy. Guides are also really good for alignment and spacing, especially if you're going to print something. So you want to make sure that those margins are good. We'll go over alignments and spacing. There's some special tools that make it really easy to make sure everything is spaced perfectly, and it basically does it for you. If you've used Photoshop before, Canva uses layers. So like there's different ways you can hide them. You can move them around. You can put some on top of another or move everything around. And I don't know, it's magical. And you can lock your pages. So say you make a design that you want somebody else to add the photos, but you don't want them to move around the text or anything like that, or you just want them to be able to change the text but not change the style or anything like that. You can lock it so that nothing can be changed on accident. Miss Nancy, the pro and teams accounts, I'm not 100% sure on the pricing. I think Jeffrey can look that up real quick. But he mentioned, if you are a nonprofit, you actually get free teams. And I know it's not very expensive for the individual pro account. I want to say it's under $20 a month. But I'll have Jeffrey go over that at the end. Magic Resize, we'll go through that. He talked a little bit about it, how you can change from one type of document to another without having to redo your complete design. You just can move some things around and it does it for you with the magic of AI. I'll go over basic animations. I don't animate a lot, but Canva can make amazing animations and with just a few clicks. We'll go over how to save your files, different ways that you can save them, and the way that naming them affects how they save. And then at the very end, we'll go over Magic Studio, which is just this full suite of things that use AI to change your designs, or it can rewrite your text. It does all kinds of magical things. And we'll go over that at the end. So I know you guys name files every single day. In Canva, having a good naming system will save you so much time and energy, especially if you're working with a team and you know that somebody made something, but you can't find it. So I use the format that I put down at the bottom for everything I make. So if Jeffrey or anybody else in the office needs to find something I made, they can search one of those things and it will easily be found. If they want to see everything I made in February, they can see that with just one search. So that's just, good naming principles to make your life easier. And then he mentioned color palettes a little bit. I use this magical tool here. It's the Color Hex website. You can go in, you can look at color palettes, you can search in color palettes. If you put in the main color of your logo and you click it, it will show you coordinating colors. It will show you different tones and hues of that same color. And then it will give you all of the hex codes that you can copy and paste into Canva. And it just works really, really well to get colors that you wouldn't have necessarily thought went together, but it will show you everything on the color wheel that is connected in some way and just make everything go together with a lot less effort, and you don't have to have an art degree to do it. Oh, yep, nope, stop that. Okay, let me close this, and then I'm going to open Canva, and we'll do a little bit of live editing just to show you basically most of the things that he already showed you, but also some things that just weren't in the video that are hard to explain without showing you. So this is the Canva home screen. Now I do use the Windows app. So this is the app, not the website. This is the app, but the website will look the same. It just has more links across the top. A fun thing to do, or interesting way to hide things, makes more room. You can hide the side toolbar by just clicking the little hamburger menu. Magic Studio will go over at the very end, but this is where everything that you've made is. So you can see everything I've uploaded, everything I've made, everything in Canva is right here all in one place. My projects and then projects that have been shared with me are in two different places. And my internet is not loading that, so we just won't show you all that, but you can poke around and explore in there as you have time. And as you make more things, that's where you find everything. And where I mentioned that we would go over where you could find uploads, your uploads will show under images down here, or they will show under videos, or you will have documents as well. You can look through the template library, everything, all of the templates. There are thousands for anything you could possibly want to make. If you can make it in Canva, you can find it under the templates. I don't use that page. I go up here, I hit create design. And for the most times, you don't have to search. You can just scroll down, you'll find what you want. But say you want to make something that doesn't pop up right here, just search for it right here, like a business card or whatever it is, and that'll do that for you. You can hit import file. That is where if you want to work specifically with, say, a PDF or something that was already created and you want to add to it, you could upload it right there. Custom size, you can make anything. I think the smallest is like 100 by 100 pixels or something. It's super tiny, and then you can make great big banners. I don't usually use that, but you can if you need it. So I have already clicked the little button and I have made a design for us to manipulate. This was a template. All of the ones that you have used recently will show up under recently used. Automatically, when depending on what the size of the document is that you're making, it will come up with templates for that document, and they'll all be right here. You can tell which ones are premium and which ones are free by the little crown here. So if you are a free user and you find a design that you absolutely love and you want to use it, and it's a pro one, then you can go ahead and, upgrade your account and you'd have access to that. So the first thing that I always do, and Canva does autosave, but the first thing I always do is I will name my file. That way, if my internet dies or if I have to step away, I can always go back and find it. It will be in the recently used, and it will also be in the recently used on your projects tab. It's just something I do to make sure I don't forget to name something. I do it first. If you do lose internet, the autosave will stop and it will tell you right here that it couldn't save your project, and this will actually close. So you won't be able to change your fonts or any of those things. You can keep doing it. You can reopen it, but it will close it so that you're not making a bunch of changes that aren't getting saved. So the brand kit, you can find it over here. This looks a little bit different from in the videos because, like I said, they've done a lot of updates. So you go over here, click brand, and here you can see all of the logos that we've uploaded for various things. You can see our font or our color palettes. You can see the fonts that we have set up. We have not set up our brand voice yet. That is a brand new AI thing that they have just added where you can type in pretty much everything. If you want everything that you make to have an exciting tone or somber or however you want to describe it, you can set that. And when you use the AI tools that I'll show you later to generate text, it will automatically use that tone for you. You can also now, and these are new, you can add certain photos. If you have photos that you think that you'll be using often, say a headshot or something like that, you can put those in there. Same with the graphics and the icons. Those will all show up here and you upload them through your brand kit on the main page that we saw in the video. So that makes everything easy to find. You can also in administrator accounts, which my account is not, so I can't really show you that, but you can set who in your team can use certain graphics. So even if you put stuff in your brand kit, say you want one person to be able to use it, but not everybody else, you can set that permission so that they're not accidentally using something that they shouldn't be using, and you don't have to go back and change it. So that is one of the perks of the Teams account. And then manipulating the pages. So you can drag literally every element. As you hover over it, every element of this design has a little box. If it's layered, it'll show up. You can tell that one is behind the other one. If there's something that you can't get to because there's something else in the way, but say you want to move that and you just can't get a hold of it, you can go over here to position. This will let you move your layer to different places within your thing. You can resize it. manually right here, or you can drag it. And then if you go over to the layers tab, you can see every single layer at a time. If you click a layer and you hold shift, you can select more than one layer at a time so they all move together. You can right click them and you can group them together. So now I'm not holding shift anymore. In the layer, they show as one layer. This icon shows that it's a group of layers. And you can drag it. You can resize them all at once. Well, if I can get a hold of it. Yep, it's froze. There we go. Nope. Sometimes Canva does weird things. I don't know if that is an internet thing or a weird thing, but either way, you can resize them all at once. There we go. It was just that group. Or you can move, you can do anything in the layers. You can drag them this way. You can hide them. Oh, you can't hide them anymore. Ignore that. Don't listen to me. You can lock them. So if you want to lock it completely so they can't change it, you use lock. If you want to lock the position only, that allows this to be edited, but it does not allow it to be moved. See, I absolutely cannot move that. And then, of course, everything you do, undo button is your friend, redo button. If you have a design and you just completely mess it up and you started with the template and you're like, oh no, I can't get that back looking the way it was, just go back over to your templates and click on it and you can get the same thing back again without your changes. You can copy and paste from different pages. You can add new pages here or here. You can delete them, same place. This is a duplicate. So say I want to make 4 of the exact same thing and just change the text, I can duplicate them. You can also see everything, all of your pages all at once in a thumbnail view. You can hide them one at a time. And now when you hide them, if you go to download, it will not download the hidden pages. So that's something important to keep in mind. You can hide them where you won't see that one in this view, but you can still see it here. And then you can unhide them just with the little icons. And you can make new pages and duplicate them and everything through this screen as well, which is handy if you're making an animation with 9 different pages and you need to get it moved quickly where you can see it all on one screen. You can make it bigger or smaller with this slider. You can make it full screen, which will show it like a presentation. You can do a lot with the manipulating of pages with these little buttons. And then for guides, they're under File, View Settings, Show Rulers and Guides. Once that is there, which mine is always on, I never turn that off, you can drag down and then you can use these guides as measurements, like you want everything across the top going in one space. You can do that. You can right click and align. If you have, say, these, you want these spaced out a little better, but they're kind of overlapping. You can shift click to get more than one, do space evenly and hit tidy up, and that will kind of move it around a little bit. And then if you were to hit align elements or space evenly, you can do vertically or horizontally. It's already horizontal, so it's not going to let me do that. But do vertically and it will do almost the same thing. That one is a little bit hard to show you. It's something worth playing around with, especially when you're making calendars or something that you just want the spacing to be done easily. And again, you have to select more than one element to do that. And then it will just magically move it to where they're all spaced up together, and then you can just move them around wherever you want them. Magic resize. So let's get rid of, oh, I'm down to 1 page. Add as a new page. So we have this. This is a Facebook post, but we want to print it out and put it on our door. So we will go to Magic Resize. And for that one, let's do print. We're going to make a poster for our door. Hit continue. And this works on multiple pages. And if you have more than one page in your design, it will ask you, do you want to do it to all of them? Do you want to just do it to one? Or it'll let you pick just which ones you want to do it to. You can copy and resize, which will make a new document, or you can resize the same document you're on. If you start on something and you're doing it for a Facebook post and you're like, oh no, I don't want to put that on social media, I want to print it out, then you can just resize it and it will keep it on this same one. So I always do copy and resize. And then it'll pop up and it'll ask you if you want to open. If there's more than one page, you'll have more than one option. So then you just click open. And through the magic of AI, this is now poster size. Okay. Now it will tell you, it will change in your file name, and it will show you the original file name plus whatever you changed it to. So that's an easy way to keep track of what is what size without opening the full document once it's been saved. Once it's changed to the different size, you can move things around. Maybe you want to add some extra information down here for print that you didn't necessarily put on social media. Get to your elements. Elements is the key thing in Canva. If I want to use this photo, I can click on it to add it to my document. If I want to replace a photo that is already there, I can just drag and drop. If I want to use my own photo, I would go over here to uploads, upload my file. Let's see, we will use, I probably should have prepared this one first. So we'll go to the swamp. We'll use a swamp picture. Finizzy Swamp, if nobody's been there, is absolutely gorgeous. It's in Augusta. And then you just do that the exact same way before. Now, this image will show up over in my files on the main page. So I can find that again. It'll show up down here when you do the see all. It's down there. It's not in order. This is where file names matter, but it's there. So you can change the text, just click on it, type what you want. The basic animations are a little bit, I don't want to say complicated, but they take a little bit to do. But you can do it with the animate. It does show a little bit differently than it did in that video. And you can just click things. You can do it on entrance, on exit, on both, a whole bunch of things. And you can play it over here. Of course, I don't think I saved it, but that's something for you to play around with if you do want to use animated things. They're very, very basic, but you can make them look really cool. And see, it just goes across the screen, and you can do videos, you can do all kinds of things through that.
And then Sunny, for the animations, you have it on text. If you go to page,
oh, I do
full page as well.
There we go.
So there's an example where
I never use the animations. But yeah, happy little things. That is a new setting. It used to be two separate ones. Okay, so when you go to save, now, even though this is animated, I can still save it as a PNG or a JPEG or a PDF or whatever. I can also save it as the video or the GIF, which is the like little short animated graphic for your website and whatever. If you want to print this, which don't because it's all messed up, but if you wanted to print this and you wanted to order it through Canva, you can literally do it right there in the screen. And it'll just walk you through your payment options and, you know, all of that, just like ordering online for anything. If you have shared your document, or if you want to share your document, you just click this little thing right here and gives you their email address, and you can swap what they can do to it. They can comment, they can edit, they can view it, they can share it. If you use the share to socials, which I have not done, yep, it's not even hooked up, but it will show your insights. So if you shared this to Facebook, it will show like how many people have shared it, how many people have interacted with it, and all of that right here on that screen from within Canva. It's very handy. We have a presentation in 2 weeks on how to use Meta Business Suite, which is what we use to share to our socials, because we do Facebook and Instagram, and they're all in one basic platform. So we don't have anything in here, but if you did connect your social media, this is where you would see your insights. Let's see, what's next on my list? Oh, if you want to save your files, say you have 4 different pages and these are all different and you want them to all be different files when they get on your computer. When you download, this will download a zip file. Give it a second, let it download, and I'll show you what it does. It'll download a zip file. Every one of them will be named differently. They will not have this name. They will have the zip file will have that name, and then every individual one will have whatever you have named them. And for that, you just click add a name, and when you open your zip file, each one will have its different name. But when you go into save, this, you can also add shares to here. You can just, share the link. The link will open in Canva. It will not open a document. It will open on the Canva website. You can share to your socials from here. You can schedule it to your social media. So you made it, but you don't want to share it until next Tuesday. You can schedule that here. For the downloads, you can change the size. Now, this won't necessarily work well for like if you make a Facebook post and you're sharing it on Facebook, don't resize it here. That will make it way too big for Facebook. But it does work well for if you made a picture that you want to have printed onto something through a different printer and they need different dimensions. You can change that here. You can change your transparent background, compress it, makes it lower quality. That is only something you can do as a premium user. Handy for if you have a website where you need to upload your logo, but they have limitations on the file size, then you could use that. When you go to download, you can download everything that's in this document, or you can download one. These will represent the names if you have changed those, so it won't always say page 1, page 2, page 3. You can choose all of them. You can just choose the current one. You can just pick which ones you want to download, and when you download your zip file, it will have whatever ones you picked. And if you only pick one, it will download the one page, and it will not be in a zip file, and it will have whatever this name is, not this name, which is something that you can lose things easily that way. You can save your download settings. If everything that you ever do, you only ever download, say PDF standard, flattened PDF, and you want to include the notes, and that's all you ever do, you can hit download setting or save download settings, and it will always choose the exact same thing. And then Magic Studio. This is probably my favorite part of Canva. It's all the magic things that they can do with AI after you make your thing. Magic Write is very, 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 very handy. This is a little project that they already have built into Canva to where you can go in and play with it. And it walks you through what you need to do. You just click on the text, hit Magic Write, and you can do rewrite, and it will change it. If you have the premium and you have a brand kit set up and you have your tone set up, it will take whatever the text already was and it will apply your brand kit tone to that text as it rewrites it. The fun one, and this one is, it's just, if you need a laugh, use it. Sprinkle fairy dust, and it will change it. It just makes it funny. You can fix spelling errors. If you have typed that out and there's a whole bunch of spelling errors, instead of just doing one at a time, it will do it for you. You can summarize what you want to write. You can make it longer. Say you only wrote a sentence, but you need it longer. So it will do that for you. And then over here, it basically gives you a shortcut to text effects. and your font menu. But anything that you can do with clicking, you can get to with this little Canva assistant. There's also shortcuts, menu shortcuts. If you hover over something that has a menu shortcut, it'll tell you what it is. This little menu right here, if you want to hide it, there's an arrow or a shortcut. And that works for pretty much everything, just like any other program. It'll tell you what the shortcuts are, and you can just get used to using them. Another thing that is handy that I almost forgot to tell you about. Let's go back over here to this other project that we had. Boop, 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 boop. No. Now I'm stuck on images. There we go. So you have your project open. And if you want to copy, say, I want this text to look like this text, I can hit this little copy style button. And anything that I click on while it is depressed is going to change to the style that I copied. That's very handy. You can just type everything in, figure out the style you want for one type of text, like this little stuff in the middle, and you can copy that over. You can change the transparency to anything you want. You can animate just one thing or the whole page. Text effects does shadows, does neon, does curved text, does all of the fun things. And then if you go over here into apps, there are a whole bunch that you can do. You can generate QR codes so that people can scan it. Just put in your URL and it will let you set the colors and everything and generate a code. We use that quite a bit for our posters. You can make easy charts. Pretty much anything that you want to do in Canva, you can do. And there are lessons for pretty much everything on the Canva website. So before I close this, and I apologize, I don't do presentations. I just sit here and play in Canva all day. Jeffrey does all the important stuff. So does anybody have any specific questions not related to the pricing that Jeffrey will go over at the end before I close this out?
It's a pretty simple question, but you're using premium and pro interchangeably, right?
They're the same thing. If
Okay.
if I say premium, I mean pro. It's
Okay.
they just name it pro. Anything that I have said is premium or pro is part of the paid package. Everything in Canva Teams, with the exception of adding people, can be used through Canva Pro. The only thing that adds for you that you don't get with just the regular paid Canva is the invite members, your team. Now, the free accounts, you can still share your designs. They just won't have access to, how do I put it? They won't have access to like your brand kit or stuff like that if they are not in your team, but they can still, you can still share your design and they can edit it and make comments and do all of that, even if you all have a free account or say they have a paid account and you have a free account. Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else have questions? I know I just kind of threw a lot at you all at one time.
And just friendly
Okay.
reminder, all of this is recorded, so you can go back and watch it. So it'll all be out there on YouTube.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop my share, and anybody that actually I'm going to show you this real quick. Blah 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 blah. I don't know why I went to the thing. There we go. So if you want to email me, if you have questions, like just a quick, Canva question, or if you want some input on a design that you made, you can email me or share it with that email address and I can come in and look at it and I'd be happy to help you out. All of the videos that we used are from the Canva website. This is the link right here. And then the design school link also. And I will paste that into the chat. Okay, I'm done. Your turn, Jeffrey.
Cool. All right, so last thing I wanted to go over, because it was one of the questions, was the pricing. So I'm actually just going to share the screen I have pulled up for it. So this is Canva's pricing page. So for one person, Canva free is completely free. You get the editor, you get 1 million plus templates, 1,000 different social posts and more. You get 3 million plus stock photos. You get some of the AI generating and writing stuff. And then 5 gigabytes of cloud storage. You then can go to Canva Pro, which is $14.99 a month. That you get unlimited templates and 100 million photos and 100 brand kits to manage your brand and all kinds of different things. And then, of course, you have Canva for Teams. So the only difference really in these two is this is for one person, this is for multiple people. So you got to have at least 2 people on this. So the monthly cost would be $12 each. So if you're going to have 2 people on this, you might as well go here. And then this just gives you all the different things. And this is also good if you wanted to implement something like single sign-on, so like they sign in with their email or something. So that's a great example. And then the last thing I need y'all to do before we head out is just like last time, I need y'all to fill out the same survey. And this is just for our grant reporting. So you can scan the QR code on the screen, or I will pull up I have the link already pulled up and I can paste it in the chat. So I'm grabbing that, copy. So if everyone can either scan that QR code or click this link in chat and complete the survey. This is for our grant reporting. So it's pretty straightforward. You fill out, have you participated before or no, your name, your zip, email, phone number, all that stuff is confidential. It's just for our records. And then the metric-y, more data-oriented demographic questions are for the grant. So if y'all could just complete that real quick before we head out, and then we will be good to go. Also for those watching on YouTube, just for when it's uploaded later, the link will be down in the description, and then you can scan that same QR code because we would like your metrics as well. And at this point, I am going to stop the recording because the meeting is finished, but we will be here to answer any questions as y'all complete the survey.